Good evening, Frederik. Could you give a short introduction about yourself?
Hi. Yeah, sure. My name is Frederik. I'm 31 years old right now. I come from Germany originally. Now I'm not citizen, but I live in Dubai in United Emirates. And right now I have like an SMMA, I would say, through the real world.
Okay, social media marketing agency. I'd like to go a bit into your background first. Why did you decide to move to Dubai? How did that come about?
Um, I'm from a small village in Germany, and all the time, even when I was very young, I felt like I don't belong there, right? I was the black sheep or whatever you say, and felt like there was more in the world than just what I had there. Everything was about drinking alcohol the whole day, playing football, have their normal job for the rest of their life, no hope, no dreams, no nothing, just the normal life. And I didn't fit in somehow. And especially before I came to Dubai, I talked to my grandmother. She was asking me, why do you want to go there, right? Germany is better. And I, in the second I taught her, I just realized it. It felt like in Dubai, I feel more home than in the city I come from. Because it's it's a saying in Germany, we say something like, don't go where you are accepted, go there where people see value in you, right? And it felt so naturally when I came to Dubai the first time. All the people I see here, they are not just putting you down for one more in your life. They even want to lift you up. They say like you can do way more, you can be way better and everything. And this is a surrounding I would love to be more in, you know? It
Mhm.
helps me to grow, not just give me a bad feeling about want to grow. So
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
there was a decision to me, not a no to my normal country.
Mhm. Interesting. So, is there a specific point in time which you can attribute to that mindset of wanting more, not wanting to live the life of everyone else around you? Is it something from childhood? Was it something you realized after a while of being in that state? Is there anything you can say there?
Yeah, I guess so. My family was, especially for German standards, was very poor, and it was not just my my dream or my want to. It was just like my duty to help my family to come out of the situation. And it was a lot of debt we had, so I had to. That was like a thing I had when I was 8 or something. It felt like I have to lose the normal, what is it called, realization or relation to €1, right? Because I knew when I just earn this €1 or this €10 per hour or 15 euros per hour, I have to work like 30 years, secure all money that I don't need to just live, and then I'm at zero. I have to work my whole life to be at zero where other people start their life or even better. So I understood I can't just work normally and get my salary and everything. So I was constantly thinking about how can I become better or worth more, or how can I change it, right? And I think this was like the first spark that helped me to enable this thinking, and then it evolved, right? Like especially in this generation right now, you have YouTube. I Every time when I saw someone who was better than me in something or was successful, I talked to him. How did you do it? What can I do differently and stuff like that. Yeah, and then it grew, I guess.
Hmm. Okay, interesting. So, how did the real world help with achieving what you wanted to achieve?
I would say it like this. I thought when I have something that makes money for me, I can track this to the end. I have something that makes money and I have it for a long period of time. But the more stuff I did, the more I understood not really that much businesses are there for 50 years, 100 years, or something like that, right? It's more like day in, day out, becoming better and developing something that brings money. And when I had my normal companies in Germany or my company, I understood this is for a period of time, but I need more skills and I have to stack them and become just better as a person and not just using this wave of money right now. And the real world was something I related to somehow. My German family gave me like values that are comparable to what I heard in videos. And I thought like he has more money than me and I should have way less ego. So I should be open to understand if it is helpful or not, right? So I took it. But to be honest, when I got the reward, the entry to it, I didn't really use it for like a month or 1.5 months or something. And then there was this period where I said, I want to change something. I want to go to Dubai and I want to have a different life. I just have to work more for it. And so I took the first class they gave me, or the first campus they gave me. It was copywriting, I believe. And I just worked through it. I took all the lessons, and especially for me, I read a lot of books. And I know, especially at the beginning, I thought it would be cool to read one book a week or something, but then I understood you read them, but you don't do shit about it, right? So I constantly thought about reading less, but implementing more. And I think I had this ability when I started with the real world. I took what I got in the courses and I just did it and consistently and without thinking I get a reward for the work in like a week or two or something. I just thought like I will do this till something happens, right? And so it was just like a routine I just adopted at the first day or something. And I did it, and pretty early, I guess, I got my first client. And yeah, I don't know if this makes sense, but I adopted what I got in the courses and got my first client. Then I used what I learned at this time. And I also at this point reduced the courses I took because I didn't need more information at this point right now because I knew what worked at this point and just thought to scale it, to use more clients to get fundamental knowledge in the space and really work there, that I have real world skills and not just I heard something and I can say it, right? Yeah.
Okay. So what you're saying is you focused on the journey, not the destination. Just focused every day on doing what you needed to do until, yeah, you got your first client. So from copywriting, how did you get to social media marketing?
Pretty much. I did my marketing for my company or companies I did before in Germany. I did it for myself all the time. And I had some understanding about the space and I used it and it worked. And for me, it was more like skill stacking or something, right? It was more like I got in all the campuses I thought would be important for me in this stage I am right now. I took all the courses I needed. And so it just makes sense, right? When I work with social media, I have to be able to create ads. And when I want to create ads, I need creatives. And especially right now, I was searching for like a branding for my company, what I really want to be, what people think about me. And I want to be an kind of enabler for people that are creative or have like their profession, but they are not very good at communicating to their avatar or audience, right? So especially the visualization about stuff is important for me because I think a lot of people are very good at something, but I don't know how to tell people how important it is to them. Because, like, I don't know, when someone works with leather or something, right, and he creates a purse or something, he does it and he's very good at this craft, but then he just lays on the ground or at the table and says, look at it, I did this, right? But this is not how someone understands the value about something, because it's more about the perceived value in this time right now than the real value about something. This is like why there's Louis Vuitton and also a brand that does pretty much the same but gets 10% of it.
Hmm.
So I try to get this, and you can do this through emotions, and therefore it's very important to be a creator, right?
Hmm. Okay, interesting. So, when did you actually start the social media marketing agency, and how has that scaled for you over time until now?
Okay. I started perhaps 3 months ago with calling it a company. Like I said, I did it before for my own companies. So I worked on the skills, I believe. But when I committed to go to Dubai, it's very new for me. I'm 1 month right now, I'm here, right? So when I committed to go to Dubai, I understood I can't really have a company in Germany all the time where I have to go there and go back and stuff. So I asked myself, what do I want to do? What I'm good at and stuff. How can I create value to the world? What can I sell? And working with ads and creating funnels and stuff, I think I'm very good at it. And I want to do that. And it makes sense when I go somewhere, I can work on it all the time. So 3 months ago, I started with it, and I got my first client perhaps 1 month after I started. Then I got two more clients. So I made 125,000 euros in total value of the contracts through the real world in 3 months. And right now, I don't think about scaling that much. I more think about automate things, get step-by-step processes and stuff like that, that I can really scale it then. And like 6 months, I hope to have like a system I really can use with more freelancers and employees and stuff, so I really can scale it. That I'm not the driving thing every time.
Right. So, congratulations. I mean, that's very good numbers for that time span. So, great to hear that you're having good success. And how did you get such clients? Because these are well paying clients, and just from a few of them, you're already reaching those figures. How did you acquire them?
How I require them. First of all, it was cold outreach. So I just started like I was, yeah, how I had to do it. I just outreach to a lot of companies where I thought they have the money to it, they need it. I searched up companies. They have way better products than their marketing are. Then I reached out, said, hey, this is what I did prior. I have something I could contribute to your company. And I do what is it called, a guarantee. So I say, we work for this span of time. I have to talk to you about something where we can agree at a guarantee that I'm very sure I can give you. If we both are happy with it, I give you the guarantee for it. If we don't hit it, you get your money back. But if we hit it, I get this and this an amount.
Hmm.
And now just my work is to make sure I really hit this numbers, right?
Right.
Yeah, but I think it's way harder to get your foot in the door than to retain it if you know you are able to, right? You
Mhm.
shouldn't give a guarantee when you're full of shit about something. When
Yeah.
you just think, I do it for like 2 weeks and give me 100,000 euros per month, and if you don't do it, I give you the money back because I'm pretty sure you will waste the money and you will not be able to hit the numbers. But if you're certain and you know you will get it, this is like when I talk to them, I really do like a call just to get to the guarantee. So we talk about what is important to you, where do you want to go, what is really the thing you need. Is it just leads or is it something else? Do we talk about branding? Because making branding and giving a guarantee is way harder than when you have like hard facts like numbers or something, right? I can to talk to someone and say I give you 200 leads per month and this is my guarantee. But with branding, what is the guarantee there, right? I can't say if they like the company or not. This is something out of my control. So I never give a guarantee about the work of employees, about the customers at itself, about stuff like that, because I can't control it. But I can control how good my ads are, how good is my creative, how much time I spend in this, yeah, in this
Mhm.
situation.
Right. I mean, completely fair, as you're saying. Yeah. Given a guarantee when you're confident in your work, I mean, it's beneficial for you and for the client. Yeah, I mean, completely fair. Now, in terms of material within the real world, what you learn, how different are the lessons and what everything you're provided compared to what's out on the internet?
I would say there are two big differences. Uh, Perhaps you have to distinguish between one times in the internet you can find like courses and like YouTube videos, right? The first big thing is when you go to YouTube, it's a cool source to understand stuff and you get real great informations there. But also it's kind of hard to get like a compass or something, a path where you should go, right? And this is important to get you going, to go into action because you need like next. And I think in the real world, you have like these courses in the campus, and they really tell you step one, step two, step three, and they give you like a huge range of stuff you can learn. But they say just learn this, implement it, and then you can do the another one. This is very important to me because it's way easier to follow than to understand for yourself what is the next step, right? So you are more secure in the process. This is important to me. And also, it is very actionable. So you, when you start, let's say in the UGC course, you can't start there without sending a video that someone is reviewing. So it means, and I learned this very, very late in my life, all the time people say, I want to change something, I want to have something, and blah, 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 but they never do, right? And for me, it was the easiest way. Every time when someone says to me, I want to change something, and can you give me this? I want to do this. I say, sure. Can you show me your work first? And after this, like 85 to 90% of the people never show up. They just talk, right? So you can't really use the real world when you don't show up. There's like a system where you show your wins. There's like a system where you talk to people when you do something. You have to send videos and everything. So it keeps you accountable a lot. And you have a community that is also uplifting, right? They want to help you and they have like the spirit of get the shit done. Not like we talk about stuff and everything like that, but you can be the most intelligent person in the world. When you don't do anything, you will earn no money, right?
Right, right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as Tate says, raw action solves everything. What other campuses have you gone into then outside of freelancing for social media marketing? You mentioned content creation. Have you earned any money from that, or was it just something you were curious in?
Yes, I would say like this. What I do right now is like I said, skill stacking or something. So I think it's kind of hard to give like a percentage of what I earned is contributed to this course or this course because it's like a package I sell, right? But I can totally say I would be not able to get the clients that I have right now if I don't use what I saw in the courses, especially to understand what kind of videos work and why. When you talk about the how to create a video about the authenticity, humor, energy, and I believe emotive speech. To learn this, it's like the basics, right? But to hear it again and to think about more, you know more about how to do these little tweaks or differences in videos that you get more. And this had a huge impact in how everything else works because right now I created a funnel for a client. And that means he has like an online course, a product. And I have my meta ads. Then I redirect them to an opt-in page. After the opt-in page, they get their newsletter and allowance to a webinar. After the webinar, they can buy the online course. If I would be not good in creating videos, my cost per leads would be way higher. Overall, the interest of the client would be way less because it is also not just oftentimes you think like this is just the numbers and everything, right? But a person that works so hard to get their company higher and bigger and to seen, right? This is also like branding. Every video is branding. And when your video skills, cutting skills and everything are not aligned with the branding the company has right now, it also can be unattractive for them, right? So the higher your quality and work is with every skill, the more you can earn with it. And also there are different clients to it, what you can achieve with it. So I think I'm
Mhm.
good in selling what I have, but also the skills are like the basics, right? You can be an awesome salesperson, but when your work is shit, it's just not cool because you don't provide value. You just sneak your way in to get money, and this is not sustainable. So the campus helped me a lot to improve my skills and to understand when something is not performing well, why is it that way? Oftentimes I can go to the basics and understand what did I do wrong. And then is it the lightning, the position? Is it like how they speak and stuff like that?
Mhm. Interesting. Thank you. What would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when you're first starting out with your social media marketing agency?
I think don't interrupt my momentum. It's like I'm, what do you call it? I work more in waves or something, right? When I'm very motivated, I work like 3 days without sleeping. And when I don't feel like I just chill for days and stuff like that. And to get like this baseline of normal work every day, this was like very helpful. It helped me a lot. I think it's also strength because I have a lot of intuition and my my what's it called? I have like this epiphanies all the time when I do other stuff, right? When I work hard with my body or stuff like that, I get these ideas, and then when I have them, I have to work. And I don't want to stop like 2 o'clock just because I'm tired or something, and just because I have this feeling. But I also understand a lot of value you provide is because you show up every day. When the client knows he can contact you all the time, when you just have this day after day after day work. It's more like you do it, your body feels like it, and you just get in this mood and state when you really do it for every day. So I think this was like a personal growth thing, not the
Mhm.
hard facts or something.
Right.
Mm.
Was there a specific point you can attribute that to, or was it just over time that instead of being in waves, you found that baseline?
I could imagine it was through videos of Andrew Tate. It feels like my family, my parents, they divorced when I was kind of young, and I was raised by my mother. And she did a great job, right? She's awesome and she's also very hardworking, but it's just different. My whole life, I have my best friend, of course, but the rest of my life, I just talk to women all the time. And I hope it doesn't feel wrong, but it's not the same space where you are. When you talk to like 10 guys and you show your weaknesses and stuff like that, they say, get the fuck up and do your shit, right? There's no discussion. It's your duty. And I felt way more when I saw the videos. It was like it helped me a lot to just say, of course, I don't feel like it, but who cares, right? Just do your shit. And this really helped me because I all the time had this feeling and I worked on it, but it was like you have someone who approved to your thought or something. I don't know. Normally you shouldn't need it, but it helped me.
Right, right, right. Is there any more to go into there about the impact that Tate has had on you?
Somehow, every time, everyone right now wants to play chess. Everyone works on his body and stuff like that. You can say it's just coincidence, but I don't think so. There are like, it feels like there are 10 people in the internet right now, and you see them every day, all the time, again and again and again, and you get like 25% random videos, right? But 75% of the internet are the same people. So, and I could imagine I'm 31 years old right now. I had a lot of skills I have right now. I had them 3 or 5 years before or prior. But not right now. I sit in Dubai. I made 125,000 euros in 3 months through the real world. And I have a very good life right now. So I don't know if it is coincidence, but it helped me. So I really could imagine it was helpful. In which percentage, I don't know, but also, I think it is just this one spark you need sometimes that something works. So I can imagine it was missing part somehow. Perhaps this manly interruptions in my like stable but workaholic life that said you have
Mhm.
to change something.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you. And could you go a bit more into how has your average day changed in terms of what was it like before you joined the real world and with everything, how it's now?
I would say, interesting enough, through Tate videos, I worked less. That sounds totally interesting, I believe, because my whole life was about work. But also, like I told you, right? I was so much in debt. It was just about get the shit done. I'm not interested in anything. It's just work, 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 work. I need this money, right? But also I'm very about value. When I provide value for like 100,000 euros, I charge 10,000 just because I want to get sure the person gets way more out of it than I. Because for me, the most important thing is to get people happy. It's way more important for me than to be happy myself, right? So I couldn't stand it when I don't provide value. And when I saw Tate videos, it was like, I don't remember the real quote, but his father said something about um, be good in every realm, do everything, right? Be good in everything. And I remembered a quote from Buddhism, I believe. They said, success is what you had to give up for. So it means you're just successful in the relation to what you have to give up to get this, what you got. So it's not just about the money, but what you give up for it. And when I saw videos of Tate, it made sense to me that it is not just the money. It's one thing you should have that you can require or acquire a good life, right? So when I came here, I also contributed some time for my body again, that I work on myself, also that I see people, that I grow as a person, that I expand my horizon about things, right? So I want to travel, I want to see other cultures and stuff like that. So it feels like I work less, but I think I work more on my life now. But also, it just makes sense because the time when I work is way more focused. Because you say all the time, I work 16 hours a day, but do you, you know what I mean? It's like I had this period of my life. I did like the Tesla method. Do you know it? It's for it's for dreaming or for sleeping. It means you sleep 2 hours, then you wake up, and then like 6 hours later you sleep for 20 minutes, and this is everything. So I slept like 2.5 hours for years, right? And I was just, I didn't, I had no life. I just worked,
Wow.
right? I was not creative. I was nothing. When I started this, I had a cleaning company and it was just showing up and clean stuff, right? I didn't have to be creative or something. And it helped me, sure, but what kind of life was that? I slaved myself, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, it helped me a lot right now. And now I focus more. The time I give for work is like work. And I feel like I really get shit done because in 20 minutes I do stuff I normally need like an hour for or something or even more. So I work less, but I'm more productive. This is way more important, right?
Mhm. Okay, good. I mean, that's great. What about lifestyle then as well? A bit more into that. Since you've earned that money, how has your lifestyle changed? So one of the things you said is you moved to Dubai. Were there any other significant things you can talk about?
Yeah, I would say so. But also, it's like my last 2 years, right? They changed a lot, but especially since I'm in the real world. First of all, I'm in Dubai right now, right? But I'm not really materialistic, so I don't care about clothes or watches or a car or anything like that. I don't care. But I give away like 50% of what I earn to like wherever it is, right? When I like dog shelters or especially people in my life. For me, it's like I can help the world, but I have to start where I am right now, right? So
Mhm.
all my friends are good. My mother is great. My family, everyone who has to do with me doesn't have to be afraid about the future, I guess. This was very important to me. Besides that, I travel a lot. That was super cool for me because, like I said, I'm from a small village. So I had like this narrative, right? And now I see the world. That's like crazy. When I came here, imagine when still I was, when I got 18, I saw one person that was not German in my whole life. And then right now I come to Dubai and it was like, I am the exotic guy, right? That was so funny for me. And so it was so cool to see it, how the Arabic people eat and talk and how they behave to each other. When I talk to Philippine people, to Thai people, to guys from Africa, it was so interesting to talk to all of them. Now I have to go to Germany to my clients in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I will be there for 3 weeks. After that, I go to Dubai for 2 weeks, and then I go to Indonesia, Bali. I go to Thailand. I go to the Philippines. I go to Japan. All these destinations, it's like crazy, right? But also I have to work a lot, but um, totally different life, totally compared to my life before.
So, what's the difference? I mean, I love to hear that your life has changed so much since joining, and even in that 2 year time period, as you were saying. And could you give any insights into what were the most impactful lessons you've learned from your time within the real world? Just anything that comes to mind.
Yes, hard work, but contributed time to it. So um, don't just call it work. It's about the result that comes from it, right? Um, Showing up changes nothing. It's the real work that is done that creates value. So they say about work hard or work smart or something like that. But to be honest, you have to do both. I think this is the one thing I really learned that you should have time when you really work, eat, and everything. So contribute one thing to one time and do it more often and frequently. And yeah, I learned that.
Okay. So, to end off, for people who are unsure about joining the real world, maybe they're thinking it's a scam for the $50. What advice would you have to them?
I don't feel good in giving advice because I don't know the life of the people. But what I can say in my life, I paid perhaps up to 100,000 euros in my whole life for education. In Germany we don't have to pay for normal education, right? I could study for free, but it's more like for business. And oftentimes when you talk about business, you talk with business people, and then you buy courses and whatever it is, right? And I had really expensive courses for like 12,000 euros for 3 months or something, and then you had like three one-on-one meetings, and the rest of it is just work yourself through. And I would say the most amount of money you can do with just the real world is this $50 or 50 euros per month. This is 650 euros in total in a year. This is the maximum you can spend, right? I would say in my lifespan in paying for education, this was by far the best investment I ever did for earning money. So if you think it is spam, pretty much this is because you don't think you can do it, right? It's not the thing is spam or spam scam. It's more about you don't think you get the value out of it. And to get the value out of something, it is not like someone is giving you the value. Of course, they give you informations, right? But in the end, you are the person that takes the value out of it and creates something with it. So if someone is thinking about getting it, I would totally recommend it because you can close it every month, every day, whatever you want. So there's no real risk to it. So I think it's a no-brainer for me.
Thank you for all your insights, Frederik, and really appreciate your time. For people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for the opportunity. It was nice to talk to you. And to find me, pretty much just Twitter. My name there is Bamboo. Yeah, like right, Bamboo. And I believe the short tag is Assets Mister or Mr. Assets. Yeah, they can talk
Oh,
there.
good. So I'll add that to the description of the video. Thank you very much. Again, Frederik, I look forward to doing a follow-up with you if you'll be interested in 3 months or so to get your progress documented, see how you're doing, maybe hold you accountable as well in those 3 months. So yeah, look forward to hearing where you are at that time. And until then, I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. I would love to.